I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo ke akua, mahalo nui loa, mahalo ka honua, ame kai me kamakani ame kaua. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo kua, mahalo nui loa, mahalo ka honua, ke kai me ka makani a me ka honua. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you.
Goodness gracious, the Browns are so amazing. I love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, welcome to CSL Kauai. I'm Charles Woolfork. I'm a Board of Trustees member, and I'm here to serve today. I am here to give the morning announcements. Let's begin. There will be no rap with the Revs today. I'm sorry for you guys who look forward to the rap with the Revs. I know I'm sorry, but there will be a visioning today for expansion of CSL Kauai space, which is so important. You put that vision out there, and of course, the law of attraction brings it to you. And it's right after service today. And also, we will invite Dr. Peggy up to explain. Dr. Peggy?
I think that who will go in her place will be Reverend Diane.
Reverend Diane. Yes.
Aloha. Today, after we celebrate Reverend Patrick's birthday with birthday cake, Reverend Dr. Peggy Price will be leading us in a visioning for the expansion and growth of CSL Kauai. You all know we're moving on to our next step, don't you? Year and a half, less than a year and a half, we're moving out of this place into our next incarnation. And so the divine is flowing in and through this community in a way that is indeed magnificent. We need your vision to make that happen. So come after service and vision with us. What is that going to look like? What does the next incarnation of CSL Kauai look like to you? As our leadership, as our members, please plan to stay. And as long as I have the mic. This Wednesday, I'll be starting a class on Judith Orloff's work, The Empath Survival Kit. And it's an amazing book that I came across. I know this community is filled with empathic people because I feel you. What is an empath? It's someone who can feel the divine energy in and through everyone around them. And some people use it for healing. Some people have felt shamed by it. And so we're going to discuss the good, bad, the ugly, and how to take care of yourself as an empath, or how to take care of your loved ones who are empathic. You might have children who are just too sensitive and you have to grow thick skin. No. We honor the divinity in all people as it shows up and in all these wonderful ways. And so I hope you'll join us. It's 2 Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m., May 8th and May 15th. The total cost for both evenings is $35 or $20 per class if you can only come to one of them. So I hope you'll sign up in the back. Since it is this Wednesday, I'd love to know that you're coming so I prepare for you. And please join me for this special event. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Dr. Peggy Price. I'm so proud to be a part of this beautiful community. And this beautiful community is growing. And this beautiful community is absolutely bulging in this room because we are running out of space. What a problem. So we're going to vision about that today after the service. And for those of you, how many of you have ever done visioning, spiritual visioning? Good, quite a few of you. Then you know it's a spiritual process. It's a deeply meditative process, and it's a very important process for us as we begin to really look at the expansion of our community, our next location, who we are as we form that vision of where we're going from here, because we're going somewhere bigger and more open and more welcoming to us in terms of our community. So that's what we're going to do after service today. Be a brief time back after the service for a cake for some birthday boy. And then we would like people who don't plan to stay to kind of clear out so that we can begin. It will be about 90 minutes. It isn't just a quick fix thing. It takes that deeper introspection to really come up and harvest some beautiful images and ideas and thoughts. So I hope you'll join us. We need you there. It's important that we have the community's consciousness to co-create together that next step. So I invite you to stay, invite you to be part of the process, invite you to be part of our greater yet to be. Thank you.
Yeah. And also for the visioning, there will be like light snacks for the visioning as well, because it is 90 minutes. So we want to make sure that you guys aren't starving out there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, there's a spiritual living circle in Kaua'i, hosted by Rebecca DeRoos. Yes, indeed. Hey, how you doing, Rebecca? Good luck on Wednesday, May 15th, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Any opportunity to raise consciousness and raise vibrations is always a good opportunity. And also, I cannot wait, the Mindful Men's Bowling. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we are going on strike, but in the best way possible. Saturday, May 18th at 12 noon. Once again, Saturday, May 18th at 12 noon. There is a sign-up. There's a sign-up sheet, and you can talk to Glenn Head for more details. And also, there's so much more. Glenn Head right here. Awesome Glenn Head. I mean, this guy right there. Talk about visionaries. More coming up in May. All right. So look for it in your programs. And ladies and gentlemen, our spiritual directors, the great Patrick and Rev Rita.
I'm so nice.
Aloha.
Aloha.
I tried to keep my birthday as silent as I possibly could.
Impossible.
So there's something wrong with announcing it in March?
All right. So welcome again, and we are going to enter into our time of peace.
Look who's
So-
here.
Yes.
Look who's here.
Yeah.
Jeremy and
Join us in-
Amy. Oh my gosh. It's like, we miss them.
I know. For those
Yes,
of you
they're
that
back
don't
home.
know,
The
Jeremy
prodigal
and Amy,
children have
Jeremy and
returned.
Amy spent some time as our musical directors. I don't even know when it was. It was a while back. But we were grateful that they could come and join us today. So thank you. Yeah. So let's just take a deep breath. I'll let you take over. And Reverend Diane, please come on up.
Yes, we're going to just take this time for this wonderful thing called peace. And as I say every week, or we say every week, peace starts with ourselves. The only place to start it is right here and right now. So let's take a moment or two. Yes. Here, go ahead.
as we allow the ringing of the bowl to move through our peaceful bodies and out into the world, we remember that the presence of God is here and everywhere, that it moves through us as divine expressions of the one life in peace out into the world. And so we take this vibration with us as we go out into the world every day, moving and touching lives everywhere we go with the vibration of peace, and allowing it to spread out to bless our state, the United States, and the world. And so as we stand grounded in peace right here and right now, we are a beacon of light for the world to be peaceful. We are the presence of God as peace in the world. And so we shine our light of peace. We bring it with us. And we are that embodiment of peace. Knowing that this vibration, the vibration of the bowl, the vibration of the prayer, the vibration of us in the world makes a difference, I give thanks. Mahalo ke akua, mahalo na akua. And I allow it to be so as I release my word, knowing that it is done in this moment. There is now peace in the world, right here and right now. And so it is.
Turn to your programs.
Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world.
Mahalo.
Thank you, Reverend Diane. Thank you, Jeremy and Amy. Thank you, everyone. And welcome again to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I'm Rev Rita. This is Rev Patrick, Jeremy and Amy. If you just walked in, that was Reverend Diane. And we're all here to celebrate our magnificence, to celebrate that one thing, that one life that moves through all of us at all times. We're breathing it. It's breathing us. We can't escape it. It's who we are. And all we have to do is recognize it. And we're going to be talking more about that today, that recognition and that rising up into that space of the divine. So welcome. And I'm just so happy you're here. Yes. I love this.
So who is here for the very first time and is not afraid to say it? Raise your hands. There we go. We recognize you by your lovely shells. Yes, but we know something about you, and we have to tell you. It's just something that rise up and shine, but we got to tell you really something about you that nobody else may know or may not. So shall we let them know what we know?
Yes.
You are magnificent. You are welcome. Yes, you are. I bet you wonder how we knew that you were magnificent. We knew you were magnificent because, just like peace, we found out that we were magnificent first. And then we thought, well, if we're magnificent, then you must be magnificent because we're all magnificent. Shall we say it together? I am magnificent. And if you thought that was it, where we're moving on, We're not. If you look behind you, there's this gentleman waving that looks like he has ears, like Mickey Mouse ears on. But let me tell you what he really is doing. He is oh, is that Charles back there too? Hey, Charles, you're just everywhere, man. So there's a camera taking in everything that we are doing here, taking in all of our magnificence. And there are people that watch regularly, and we just know that they are here, and we are so pleased. So we have to let them know who they are as well. You ready? You are magnificent. And that was all right, but I just have to say one little thing. There's a magnificent person in the front row. Deb Valentina is back in action. She's back here for the day, so let's let her know too. You are magnificent. Oh, now look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look. Let somebody know who they are. You're magnificent. Oh, no. Jeremy's magnificent.
Yes.
Malia.
You're magnificent.
Oh.
Yes.
Really?
Yay.
It sounds like a spiritual bar in here. All I know is that let's get up on our feet and have our opening song, everybody. You ready?
Stand over on the side as you get there. Abundance.
Uh-oh. Don't be afraid to move.
Let your little light shine, shine, shine. Let your little light shine, shine, shine.
Uh-oh.
Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
Go with it.
Well, it may be me and it may be you. Maybe your brother or your sister too. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Let your little light shine, shine, shine. Let your little light shine, shine, shine. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Well, it may be me and it may be you. Maybe your mother or your father too. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
So now that we're talking about our mama and our daddies here, yeah, what I know is no matter where these words show up on your program, they are happening right here because we're shining that inner light that says, yes, Spirit, move through me. Spirit, utilize me. Spirit, have your way with me. Spirit, move, 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 move. I know that we are here celebrating our divinity. I got this beat going on, I can't help it. I just want to move. All I know is that there is a joy in this room today, moving through our bodies, moving through our ethereal bodies, moving through the quantum field. Can you say quantum field? And I know that I am so grateful for this opportunity to be right here, right now with Jeremy and Amy, with everybody in the room. Oh, something's happening. I'm feeling Spirit move through me. Uh-oh.
Shine, shine, let your little light shine, shine,
Uh-oh.
shine. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
Woo!
Well, it may be me and it may be you. It may be your friend or your neighbor too. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Put your hands together, everybody. Let your little light shine, shine, shine. Let your little light shine, shine, shine. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Well, it may be me or maybe you. Maybe your brother or your sister too. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
Woo!
Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
And
great song.
so it is.
Yay.
Woo!
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Malia Reed, and I'm a licensed religious science practitioner. And I'm so happy to be here today and to share this really fun quote with you. And before I read the quote, I just would like to invite everyone to get comfortable in your seats. And if you feel like closing your eyes, that's nice. But if not, you could open them too. Just taking some deep breaths together. Let's just come together and do some deep breaths. Okay. This is from Trina Paulus. How does one become a butterfly? She asked pensively. You must want to fly as much as you are willing to give up being a caterpillar. How does one become a butterfly? She asked pensively. You must want to fly as much as you are willing to give up being a caterpillar. So with that note, I'd like to invite everyone to just take this time to have some nice relaxed introspection and just letting go and just relaxing and enjoying this time of meditation. How does one become a butterfly? She asked pensively. You must want to fly as much as you're willing to give up being a caterpillar. Taking a few moments to become even more relaxed, feeling the support of the chair, knowing you're in a safe place with only the best vibrations and intentions happening here at CSL Kauai. What I know, that there is one power and one presence in the universe that I call God, that I call good, that I call light, that I call love, that I call beauty, that I call goodness, that I call everything that's good is God to me. So it's whatever's good is God. And this goodness, this magnificent energy that I call God, that I call love, is everywhere present. It's all powerful and it's all knowing. And because it's everywhere present, it's at one with Malia and with everyone in this room and everyone on this island. And this presence that we're all at one with is everywhere. There's no spot where God is not. God is in everything. God is in the newborn babies. God is in the ocean. God is in this microphone. God is in this room. God is in this, on this planet, and out into the cosmos and beyond to the far reaches of the universes. It just goes on and on and on, and then it comes back to us, and we're one with it, and we're right here with it, right here, right now. And what I know about everyone in this room is avalanches of abundance are already here, because that's how we lift ourselves up, by just knowing that we already have everything that we need. Avalanches of abundance, I'm claiming that for everyone right here, right now. And I'm also just acknowledging the creative process that's in everyone, no matter whether it's in cooking or art or anything. Just the creative process is always happening, and I'm claiming it, and I am demanding it right here, right now for everyone present. And I just know that there's perfect health for everyone here, and I am so grateful for the perfect health and the unfolding of the well-being of everyone here, and for amazing relationships, for all good. I am just so grateful for all the good that's here right now, for all of us. It's available right here and right now. And I just say mahalo, 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 as I release my word to the law, as law. And as we say together, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Abundance, living life in the abundance. So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in the abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in the abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
I'm so grateful. Yeah, let me just get a sip of water before I start. Thank you, Ron Stover. Wow. So this month is about rising and shining. Yeah. Are you up for it? Yeah. I'm definitely up for it. I'm so grateful for this idea of rising and shining our light. It's so important with everything that's happening on this planet, is that we recognize that we can rise and shine our light, and that we recognize that others can rise and shine their light. Ernest Holmes once wrote that, let us learn to see everyone as an evolving Christ. And when we talk about the Christ, we talk about the consciousness of the Christ within us, that place within us that knows exactly who and what we are. And that sometimes, well, let us learn to see that everyone is an evolving Christ. Let us live and think that we may retire at night in peace, knowing that no harm can come to the soul, that we may rise in the morning renewed in body and in mind with a brighter outlook, a happier expectation, and a clearer joy, looking upon all with love, condemning none, and blessing even those who seek to injure us. Wow. Everyone is a evolving Christ. Everyone. Everyone, no matter what is happening, no matter who they are, no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing, they're still an evolving Christ. And everyone is where they are, and we are each where we are, and that perfect place where we are right here and right now. And it is the only place we can start to rise from, is from where we are. It sounds like a tall measure sometimes. Tall measure? No, that wasn't it. Tall something. Order, thank you. Whatever. A tall order. Yeah. To say that I can rise when I'm not feeling all of it, right? I'm not feeling like I'm really rising. I feel like I'm in the muck and mire of my life, whatever that might be. And that happens to all of us at some time, at some point. So my friend Dr. Joe Dispenza wrote, if you are waiting, you are not creating. And if you are not creating, don't expect anything new. Now, this is what we teach in the Science of Mind and Spirit, too. Now, in fact, I sit with the textbook of the Science of Mind and Spirit, and you can buy it in the back. It is an amazing book called The Science of Mind, and it's actually called The Science of Mind. I add spirit to it, because it is spirit and mind. But that's another story. But, yeah. I sit with that text a lot, and I read it. And when I first started reading it, I was like, kind of, and if anybody's tried to read it, if they're new to this philosophy, it can be very dense. But once you start to read it, it becomes less and less dense, and it becomes more poetic, and it becomes more real, and it becomes something you can truly use. And so I read Joe Dispenza and all these other New Thought people that come along, and then I go back to the text, and I go, why do we think we need something new when we haven't taken this and actually used it? And this is true for everything. Like if we go to a workshop, if we go to reading something, what's the next book, what's the next new thing, what's the next new healing modality, any of it. I feel like I'm standing on top of you, I'm sorry. No, it's okay, it's all right. I just don't want to plow into you. If we're not using it. So I realize in my own life, and I can attest to this, because the reason I was able to get through all the stuff I got through in the last 20 years of my life, walked through, was because I took the stuff and I used it. And so I really encourage us to use it. It will help us to rise up, not necessarily this, whatever your modality is, or whatever you're reading, or whatever it is that's helping you, the next shelf help, they call it, because it stays on the shelf. But the next book or whatever it is, to actually take it and use it and keep using it, because it takes repetition. And so if you're waiting, you're not creating. And if you're not creating, don't expect anything new. So what does this mean to me? This means that if I'm sitting waiting for something, because of waiting for something to change on the outside before I actually create something, then I'm just creating something from what's happening on the outside. And this is the biggest challenge that we can have as a species, is to look to the outside and to create from there. We call it secondary causation in our teaching, where we're taking what we see and we're thinking that's all there is, so we can't create anything new because we are creating from what we see. But that's not what we know now. We didn't know it in Ernest Holmes' day. We didn't know it in Jesus' day, in anybody's day. We knew that there was something happening within us that is so powerful and that we can create from, and that we get to choose in every moment. And if we think we're not at choice, it is a lie. We are always at choice. There is, and now we know it, we see it. They see it now in science, that there is a field that we're all living in and breathing in, and it's breathing us and living us. And we get to take from that field, and Ernest Holmes says that too. It's about taking it. It's not about getting it, going and getting it. It's about letting it taking it. But the only way we can take it is mentally. We can only take it by allowing it, by making a choice. I love this idea. I mean, I'm just getting it even more and more that there's actually a field of untapped energy that's constantly there, that's constantly evolving according to what we choose to make it. It's there. Just like the ocean is there and the blossoms are there and everything's there, even if we don't see it, it's still there. The only way we get to use it is by recognizing it. And I'm really totally just immersed in that right now, that idea. And this idea of waiting because of the outside. And I'm in this process of creating new things in my life and new ideas and expanding myself and realizing, you know, I went through life thinking that, and I can still do this. I know that some of us maybe can identify with this idea that we'll just have enough. We'll have enough to pay our bills, we'll have enough. But that's not the truth either. There's more and more and more. And I'm not just talking about money, more experiences to have. I'm so proud of one of our colleagues, Jay Willock, opened his new center. Some of you might have heard him when he came to speak here a couple of years ago, but he's been waiting. He was waiting. He was waiting for somebody to accept him as a minister, and he tried over and over and over again to candidate, and I mean, he's really a good guy and a good minister. I mean, I know because we went to school with him. Finally, he said, I'm not waiting anymore. And he started his own center, and today was his day of starting it. So I'm really, let's just give him, I know he's probably not watching, but I'll tell him to look then and say, congratulations, Jay, for not waiting, for not looking to the outside to say, I can't do this. I'm just going to step out and do it, because it does take that. But you can't step up until we rise up into the idea and the knowing of who and what we are. That's how we get to create. We don't create from the outside. We create from rising up into who and what we are. So Ernest Holmes wrote, if we allow, and if you don't know who Ernest Holmes is, well, you might not. There might be people here who don't know who he is. He was actually the founder of the science of mind and spirit, and an amazing mystic, and an amazing teacher, and an amazing synthesizer. He never called himself a revelator. He synthesized. Can you imagine how that is, to just take all the teachings and synthesize them into one thing? And that's what he did. Anyway, he wrote, if we allow the world's opinion to control our thinking, then that will be our demonstration. If, on the other hand, we rise superior to the world, we shall create a new pattern. It's exactly the same thing that Dr. Joe's saying. We have to rise above what's happening to create a new pattern. So, how do we do this? Well, why does it work? It works because of what I said about the field. The field's there waiting. It's waiting for us to decide what we want. It's waiting. Waiting. For us. We're not waiting anymore, right? No more. Okay. So that means that we have to walk with faith sometimes. We have to step out. If we want to, we have to, like Patrick and I, we used to do these cabarets. We did one here, I think, a while back. Yes, right? But when we did them at first, we would go, well, we got to wait until we learn the music and blah, 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 blah. No, set the date. Set the date. Set the date, and then you will meet the date. You will, because you make the commitment. And every time we set the date, right, we would meet the date, and we'd get to work. But if you sit in your head just thinking about what you want to do, that trip you want to take and all of that, we are just planning a very big trip. I'm not going to mention what it is yet. But we just set the date. We said we're going to do it. And we put the money down, and we did it. We had the money. We didn't have to charge it. We had it. And we said, we're going to do this. Because you have to do it. You have to move out. You have to know who you are and raise your consciousness to that place. And then you have to do it. You have to go into action. We call it treating and moving your feet. So, but you can only do it from where you are. You can't like toss yourself too far if you're not ready to go that far, right? I got into a lot of debt doing that a long time ago. By thinking my consciousness was somewhere where it wasn't. And so I said, I can do this. And then no, not for me anyway. So not anymore. So yeah, you have to know where you are. You have to know that you can grow and that you can rise even higher, and then you move from where you are. That's how it works. And it does work. I know it works. There's no doubt in my mind that it works. Ernest wrote, okay, there is a law in physics which says, I always love this quote because I never understood it, but now I do. There is a law in physics which says that water will reach its own level by its own weight. all you physicists out there, okay? There is a law of metaphysics corresponding to it. Consciousness will externalize at its own level by its own recognition. Let me read that again. Consciousness will externalize at its own level by its own recognition. We may call it faith, we may call it embodiment, we may call it whatever we will. There is something in the universe which responds and corresponds to our mental states. Now, I hate to say it, guys, but, and I know I'm not supposed to say guys, but whatever. I know, forget I said that. Okay, people, whatever you are. It doesn't matter, godlings, whatever. It is a mental thing. We have to start mentally with it. But what does that mean? That means spiritually speaking. It doesn't mean trying to make your brain work or something. It means that your consciousness, you've got to start there. So I know it's possible. I have witnessed people healing from all kinds of things, from financial disasters to spontaneous remissions from diseases, from everything else. But they could only do it because they remembered who they are. And that's what this is all about, is really what we do here every Sunday, is to remember who we are, because we've forgotten. But we're not forgetting anymore. We know who we are. And that's why we say we are magnificent every Sunday. If it was your first time here, these are not just words. These are the truth. We are magnificent. And so when you say those words on Sunday or whenever you say them, really, there's a thing about not coming out of something, whether it's a spiritual mind treatment or a meditation or an affirmation, until you actually feel it. To stay there with it and allow it to flow through you, because it will, because of what we said. There is a field of energy, the law, whatever you want to call it, the one mind that is responding to us. It has to, but it has to start here. So put your hands on your heart right now and really sink deep into that place. And just bless yourself. Bless yourself for all that you've been through, for this beautiful, amazing life that you've lived, the ups, the downs, the arounds, the despair, the joy, what we think are mistakes, which aren't. They're just part of the path. The wisdom gained, all of it. It's the essence of this journey called life. And it's moving through each and every one of us. And it's life within us, just saying, come home, come home. I'm here for you in every single solitary moment. I am life. You are life. We are one. So just repeat with me. I am magnificent. And really mean it. I am magnificent. One more time. I am magnificent. And take that into your day and watch what happens. Namaste. You guys, thank you.
It's time for our special song, and this is the newest song that I wrote, and it talks about our story together. My wife Amy here, and I have been together for almost 20 years, and we spent the first we spent the whole 20 years here on Kaua'i. We met here and we've been here, and so there's a few references to some cool stuff, and you can catch some of the lyrics. It's called Under the Starlight, and it was cool because I wrote it on our couch, and no one was really paying attention to me. Amy was doing something, and Ella was like, I don't know, like probably like scratching my back or something, I don't know, and our son was on the couch too, doing something, and I was just looking at this picture that we have of kind of a garden scene with a stream, and we have some Christmas lights in the house that were shining on the frame, the glass frame, and it looked like stars. So I just started playing my guitar, and then this song, what happened? Called Under the Starlight. Of a sweet Hawaiian sky, I can hear the gecko sing, watching the moon glow, shimmer on the sea, waiting for you to arrive. Oh my sweet lady, together we can be out in the sunshine, rays of golden light. It's a very natural way. We're an amoeba, drifting with the tide. That's what we used to say. Always together we can always find our way. Yeah, baby. Let's let the ocean cleanse our pain away. Together we can be out on the highway. It's just you and I. Love the way you live your life. Feeling the wind blow. Sense of flower lay. I'm so glad you are my wife. It doesn't matter where we are right now. All of our troubles disappear. Together we can be under the starlight. Under the starlight. Your skin is like honey when I don't have much money, but I want you to believe in me. Together we can be under the starlight. Under the starlight. Under the starlight. Under the starlight. Starlight, under the starlight of a sweet Hawaiian sky. I can hear the gecko sing, watching the moon glow, shimmer on the sea, waiting for you to arrive. Under the starlight. 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 Mahalo.
Wow. Wonderful.
Thank you.
I was just thinking of when you were playing that song when we first started. It's just something about their music today. It's like all inside. I mean, I'm like, wow, this is great. This is great. And thank you for the wonderful birthday, Lay.
Happy birthday.
And since I didn't want to be really weighed down today, this was from Amelia, who put all of this together. And I was going to wear, and I did wear it yesterday, but I didn't want to be like this while I was doing it because it's a very heavy one. So it's so beautiful and beautiful flowers here. Wow. I was laughing when we were doing the opening song because I really just kind of invited in this energy, right? And I was thinking to myself, there's those words again. I'll do whatever I want. But basically, but when it starts to move through you, it's that power that we're talking about. It's a surge. It's an energy. That music is so healing. Even as I'm speaking about it now, I'm vibrating. And so when it wants to just move through you individually and just in your own vibration, we have to let that. And I could see myself letting it, but then going, well, that's not really planned. And is that the way the treatment really goes? And the other part says, who cares? Who cares, man? It's healing through you. And we have a history of that together, don't we? Allowing your music to move through me. So Rise and Shine, it made me think of when I was very little, a little boy. My mom used to come in and say, it's time to rise and shine, open up. But then she would say, it's time to get up, it's time to get up, it's time to get up in the morning. That's some really happy talk at, 6:37 in the morning. But then I thought to myself, maybe that's why I have the personality that I do and why I like the mornings. I like the mornings where everyone else might be going, oh. I had a roommate one time, I know you guys are going to find this hard to believe, but said, can you do me a favor and not be so expressive before like around 8:39? And I'm like, wow, because he needed his time to just be with himself, and all that energy was a bit much. But I digress. I also have another friend, Curtis C., who had his grandmother, Minerva, who woke him up every day and said, it is time to rise and shine and meet your greatness. Wow. Brings almost tears to your eyes because it's just so, get up. It's time to meet your greatness. So how many of us woke up today and met your greatness? Greatness. Yeah. Well, you did whether or not you recognized it or not. Because that's what you really started with. Or did we kind of wake up and go, oh, here we go. Why don't they have their service at 10 instead of 9? Oh, they laugh from this place of truth, don't they? So it sounds kind of, yeah, I'll let you keep laughing because you're still asking. 6 years later, can you have it at 10? And the answer is no. Because we're in a pattern now. And then when we moved here, they thought, oh, well, now it's their own place. They can have it at 10. But actually, people like it at 9 so that they can have their whole day. So I loved what Rita was talking about today because it's a tall order sometimes to think about getting up and meeting our greatness. But no matter what's going on, that is who and what we are. And it's interesting because sometimes we want to meet our greatness and have it all right now. We are such a I want it now world. And once again, I said we, not to anybody in this particular, I was going to say something because I can. The deciphering of words so that it's proper, it does get exhausting. I just want to let you know that right off the bat. By the time I decipher the words, then our inspiration can be all like thrown to the wind, right? So I invite us all to go beyond the words and hook into the feeling, hook into the energy, hook into the vibration of really what's happening and trust that intuition. I was thinking about this idea that we all want it now and that we need to get it and we want it. And yet we need to give ourselves the time. It's like when you have a revelation and you sit there and you go, oh, I really get it. Have you ever had that? Oh, I got it. Oh, finally, I got it. And then the next day, you lost it somewhere between there and there, or, well, not for you. That's good. I like that. this is what I'm saying with it. A lot of people go, I get very impatient because they want everything now. And I'm saying it's like running a marathon. I am running a half marathon September 1st, and I am learning more about me through this process than anything else I have probably done recently. And that's not just the physical. I would love to wake up and run 13 miles. I would love that, because then I wouldn't have to go through the process. I wouldn't have to work at it. I wouldn't have to get to know my body in an absolutely new way. But what I'm learning through this is that life is like a marathon. It's an eternal marathon. And it's the patience and the loving yourself every day through it when you can run. And the moment you make a decision, the moment I made a decision to run this marathon, then everything started to fall in place, very slowly, mind you. And if anyone was here 3 years ago, and you remember any of my talks, I was talking through sciatica. And for a year, and I don't say that so you can feel sorry for me, even though I did many, many times. And how I healed from that is I got tired of everybody telling me what to do about my sciatica. And when I went to a chiropractor, and he said, rise up and shine, and this beautiful man of total awareness, but not of that day, just let me know that it was because of my age that I was starting to feel all of these things. And then you know me. So long, farewell. Because my thing is, you can give me a diagnosis, baby, but you cannot give me a prognosis. You cannot give me a prognosis, because that is none of your business. This is my body, this is my spirit moving through me individually. So back to this marathon. So I'm learning that what I've never done before is, when I used to run in the past, I used to run, and then if I was in pain, I'd just run through it. Run through it, man. Go through it. And that's fine, except if you run through it, man, you're going to be laid up for a little bit. So what I'm learning is that as I'm running, I'm going, wow, today I did 3, then I did 4. And I'm up to 7, by the way. And so 7. And then I ran into somebody, accidentally, not. They said, I just ran the marathon, and what you need to do is you need to now go back to 3. And you need to play with that for a while till you're real comfortable. No, but I just ran 7. So I'm going to go run 8. And that's what we do in life. We're just like, oh, I'm going to go run the next one and the next one, instead of getting comfortable with the consciousness as you grow. Thank you. We do this idea of, inner child work. If any of you have done it, I always have to bring it up. We get it, and we say, oh yeah, I had a lovely conversation with my inner child. It was like wonderful. Okay, now I can get busy with living. And then you go, wow, something's still tugging at me. Your inner child. Because we spend a lot of time in a pattern of not treating ourselves the best. And then one day we say, I love me. And then we expect it to have, songs and music and flowers flying all around our heads. But we have to now build the consciousness. I have to build myself up physically to run this marathon, and spiritually and mentally. I have to get to know what Spirit can do through me when I'm really tired. And I say, I got an idea, man. If this stuff really works, Spirit, run the last mile, man. Run it through me. I'm going through this. Run through me. It's okay. We can ask for help. We can say, some of the best prayers in the world have been like, I surrender. Help me. Not help me because I'm a victim. Help me because I'm tired. Have you ever been tired? Tired of thinking, tired of figuring it out? Ernest Holmes says, declare your freedom. Declare your freedom. Know that no matter what others may say, think, or do, you are a success now. And nothing can hinder you from accomplishing your good. All the power of the universe is with you. Feel it. Know it. And then act as though it were true. Now there's the line that we all want to remember. Act as though it were true. I have already ran the 13 miles in spirit. I have already ran the 13 miles in quantum field. It's already been done. There's no time or space anyway. And why do I want to run it? It's just so I can say, wow, I'm 61 and I ran a marathon. You're damn right that's why I want to do it. Do you got any other reasons why I would do it? Come on now, folks. No, it's because I get to know me in a new way, in a new way. There's one risk we have to take if we're to stand up and shine. And I'm talking to every single one of you. We must let go of our smallness. What payoff is there to not shine? No one likes that lovely word, payoff. I'll tell you what the payoff is for not shining. You get to be invisible. And sometimes when we're invisible, we feel safe. I want you to hear that. Sometimes when we're invisible, we get to feel safe because nobody sees us. And yet we're always saying, see me. I want you to see me. See me for who I really am. And yet we want to be invisible because it's scary to shine. Boy, shine. It's not about the great things about shining. It's not about conquering this or running the marathon. It's about standing in your own power and shining. And what's so great about it, and here's the thing, you can't be invisible if you're a light shining. Here's the great, you can't. Let me shine. But don't see me, don't threaten me, don't tell me something's wrong with me, don't criticize me, don't this. You cannot have both. You have to shine with your own declaration and your own truth, and you have to say, I am a shining light. And here's the payoff, another payoff on when you shine your light. You're brightening everybody else. You cannot see me shining unless we're shining together. That's the truth of it. Okay. I love this. I'll tell you why I love it. There was a time in my life that I could never stand up in front of someone and just look at you. I always had to fill it in. Because you know I don't really like to talk much, so that has been. We must resist bowing down to any person, place, or condition, and deliberately rise up and shine. So the question for us all today, if not now, when? That's what Rita and I did with this trip. If not now, when? If not who? You and me, what? Then who? And we had this wonderful moment, and we both had it, but at separate times, right? I don't want to be writing in a book someday. God, I wish that we had done that trip, but now you're not here anymore to do it with me. Life is not to be wasted. I plan on living to 100. But just in case I don't, we're going on that trip. And other people say to you, well, that's just an excuse to do it. Once again, You're damn right. So, as I close, don't wait another moment. Do not wait for permission to shine, because we could be waiting a really long time. I have waited for permission many times in my life for me to be recognized by you. Somebody recognized me, and then I can go forward. And it never worked out. As a matter of fact, it was always the opposite. I was always begging for recognition, begging for you to see who I really am. And now I don't care, because I am who I am, right? Yes. Well, I would say that too. It's because this is the only time we really got. So there you go. So I love you once again. My light is shining upon you right now, and your light is shining upon me. We are one big light. Let's not waste it. Shine, shine, shine. Namaste. Thank you.
All right. You ready? Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Happy birthday. We celebrate all month, by the way. That's something we just started this year. We just celebrate all month. So this is our time of beautiful, amazing giving and receiving. And so thank you in advance for the donations that come here and through you. We know that they return to you abundantly in your life. And we shall read the affirmation together from your program, all right? And just really feel it. It's so important to really feel it. Just let your heart listen to what the words say. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life, and the world. And so it is. Yay.
Blessed am I, spirit of mine. I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit of mine. I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am.
Oh, I'm so grateful for that song. I have missed it so. So let's just take this time to just bathe in gratitude, not just for what is in this baskets, but all of the consciousness, this God in action. Through this finances, through the actual consciousness, the energy that moves through and as each and every one of us and is moving through all of the gratitude not only in the basket, but people online and people that just donate throughout the week. I don't want to leave one person out, and the energy that is given right here in this room that has no price on it whatsoever, because it is unlimited. So I am so grateful. I let that be, as together we say, and so it is. And the children are coming. The children are coming.
The child is coming. Hi.
How are you?
I don't think I know who you are. Do I know you?
No. Petra.
Petra.
This is Petra, everyone.
Yes, hi. We had fun today, Petra and I. She's super awesome. We talked about the one life expressing and creating and celebrating through us. And she has a picture of her family to share. Do you want to tell about it?
I can hold it for you. You know what? Or I can hold the microphone. You can hold that.
There you are.
This is me, and I'm wearing my flower dress. This is my dad. This is my mommy. This is my grandma, and this is my grandpa.
Thank you, Petra.
I was going to say, and she loves to create music, art, and dance, and celebrates love, peace, and life.
And yay! Whoa! Look at that beautiful face. So let's give Petra her affirmation. And what is this beautiful baby's name? Grace. Oh, that's right. I met you last week, Grace. Look at you. All right. You ready? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Yay. Yay. Okay, that's great. What beautiful energy. So, what?
Are you going to sing?
They're going to stay and sing.
Good.
Yay, great.
Good.
So the practitioners that are serving today are Reverend Diane and Malia and Rob back there. And if something's come up for you, you want to know more truth about, please take and come up here and enjoy a spiritual mind treatment with these beautiful practitioners that hold the consciousness of our center. And I'm so grateful for all of you. Yes, yes.
And before we close, go ahead.
No, and that's it.
Before we close out, two things I have to say that were missed today is Thursday we had a monumental event here on this island. And that was the National Day of Prayer that's done every year. But we came together where there was separate before, all the years before, separate faiths, not wanting to be this faith. We came together on Thursday, my birthday. No, I just had to mention it again. But it was I said, I am so grateful. And here's what happened. There was a vibration that was so strong. And when we sang, what was the song? How Great Thou Art, which I have left behind, all of a sudden the vibration was moving through the room, and I'm just so grateful. And that's the shine in your light. It starts right here with this little movement to say, let's come together. Let's come together. And so one other thing, too. I believe there was a baby born since we were on Friday. And she tried to do it on May 2nd, but on May 3rd, Amaris was born at 8:29. She was 9 pounds, something ounces.
And that would be, if you don't
and that
know,
would be
Sabina
William and Sabina.
William's child, yes.
And Malia.
And Malia's sister.
So there you go. Lots of things happened this week.
Yeah, so
Okay.
So we'll have birthday cake right after this, and then we will move into our visioning, all right? So please stay. Yes.
It's great
birthday
cake.
Yay. So I think that's all I have to say.
Okay.
All right, we're ready for our closing song.
Everybody want to get on your feet and let's close up this wonderful celebration.
Away, away, so much loving in the world. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Living together as one, under the golden sun. Living together as one, under the golden sun.
glory of the generations. Cleanse my soul, glory of the generations. Cleanse my soul.
So I'd like to start with gratitude right here and right now. First of all, for Patrick Feren and his birthday. I am so grateful to have this beautiful man in my life sharing it with me. And I give thanks today for everyone who served here today, from Charles doing the announcements, to the Malama team, DJ Sue Buckley and Emma, the practitioner, beautiful Malia, Reverend Diane for doing our peace meditation, just for being a beautiful consciousness here in our center. For the live streaming, Rob, thank you for taking this message out into the world, for raising consciousness, and Jonathan Lee for making sure we're heard, for Peggy and Emma and Roseanne in the bookstore, for Peggy and Steve and Ron Stover and all the hospitality team. Thank you for helping us being fed, and for Arlena and Peter for bringing the beautiful flowers today. To Jeremy, to Amy, thank you so much. Yes, and I guess Luis was part of the Malama team too. Thank you, Luis, for stepping in. And the collection stewards, Roseanne and Stephanie, to everyone here today, thank you for celebrating your magnificence, for shining your light. And I know that we take this light out into the world and we shine it even brighter than we did when we walked in the door. And we just keep shining brighter and brighter and keep bringing our gifts to the world and being who we are, our authentic, beautiful selves. That's what I know. Yay, Petra. And so let us just shine, shine, shine. In great mahalo I say, and so it is.